There is a popular saying in Nigeria that goes like this: if you can't fight them, just join them. Though there's a popular saying everywhere, but in Nigeria we used to say that you and I can't argue about that, because that is how we are seeing it in Nigeria's politics. As we are running closer to the 2027 general election, that popular saying is way too real for anyone, absolutely anyone to joke about. I see it as a prophecy that is quietly unfolding right in front of our eyes. The question on the lips of millions of Nigerians, from the Okada rider up to the civil servant, from the market woman up to the graduate job seeker: can any of the opposition actually beat the APC, or everything we are seeing is just a loud and heavy noise? I will try as much as I can in this video to discuss this topic. I will also take my time to look at it in the right way, like the way the doctor looks at a patient, by not condemning the patient but to diagnose the patient correctly. In July 2025, something happened, and I personally was not expecting it. But in politics, anything can happen. A coalition under the African Democratic Congress, aka ADC, was unveiled as the best political party that can stand against the country's top party. I am talking about APC in particular. The big boys were in that party, like the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi, whose 2023 presidential run made every single young Nigerian to believe that there is hope and positive change can happen. There was Nasir El-Rufai, who was the sharp-tongued former Kaduna governor, Rotimi Amechi, who was the former governor of Rivers State and former minister of transportation, and last but not the least was the former Senate president, David Mark. The announcement shocked me, and people were surprised that these men could come together and do this. People began to whisper this could be 2015 all over again, and everyone had their reason to believe it, and people really thought that something could change. In fact, that was how the APC itself was born, just from coalition like the ACN, CPC, ANPP, and a fraction of ABGA. Many big boys from each of these political parties came together in 2013 and did the impossible. They defeated a sitting president, aka Goodluck Jonathan. The template that they created was just too good, and it was splendid. Even though you and I don't like how the country has become since this APC party came to rule Nigeria, we don't like it. The only question people began to ask is that if they can do it again, I mean if ADC can do it again. The answer immediately came to light. I knew it would not work, like I knew, because of personal agenda, and sorry to say this, it was not encouraging at all. Anyway, let me continue with the video because it was not encouraging. It was not encouraging because of individual agenda. Within days of the ADC coalition being announced, cracks began to appear as quickly as possible. A fraction of the ADC rejected the alliance, claiming that they were never ever consulted. Peter Obi left, then Kwankwaso left too. The key figures who had been shouting unity, 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 quietly left and went their separate ways. Peter Obi is currently in the Nigeria Democratic Congress, aka NDC. The coalition that once promised to be a rescue mission for Nigeria began to look like an abort mission. The pattern was so disfigured. Big names were announced. Loud noise was everywhere, even louder than our generator. Then the silence just came quickly. And as I'm speaking to you, I am not hearing much. I am not even hearing much. I have to point out something for you to understand. Nigeria's opposition problem is not primarily a structural problem, it is an individual character problem. The politicians in an opposition party are not lacking resources or money in particular. They are not lacking such. But the thing is that they don't just have that one thing every successful coalition party needs the most, which is the willingness to put the project first above themselves. They just lack that. In any serious coalition that have come together, be it Nigeria or any other country, someone has to agree to be the vice presidential candidate when they believe that they deserve the top seat. Everyone wants to be the president and not the vice president. Someone has to campaign in states where they are not popular, especially for a candidate they think is not particularly better than them. Someone in that same party has to accept and come to terms that this 2027 election is not their turn to rule. President Bola Tinubu waited for Buhari for 8 years. I know they've not done great things joined together, but you see the pattern and you see my point and you get my point, Abi. You get it, because that was called cooperation, that willingness to wait and say, okay, let me wait and see how you roll, then I will come. They don't have that. The APC achieved this in 2013 because they all shared the same enemy, which is the PDP, who have governed the country for a long time. Those years alone was big enough to force anyone to swallow their pride and work together to stop it. And surprise, surprise, it worked, whether you liked it or not, or whether the country is bad or not. It's